take it real soon. You know we got what you need, baby, so take it along.
As everybody was playing, and it's so many great games. You saw it all, you felt it all, you heard it all. We have a brand new king of cornhole.
I don't know. We talked about this kid before. He's the beast. JT McDowell is pretty darn good himself, but Sebastian Barger, I think, probably is hands down the best player in the house right now besides Finn.
Yeah, right. Well, I would tell you this. Anybody that brings their own luggage to the court is clearly on point. And he throws that flat bag. And what's interesting is standing side by side with him there is I'm going to guess that's Evan there, and he's got a very unique throw. It comes in at about a 40-degree angle, and he and Sebastian facing off. It's gonna be a nice little duel right there. I think.
I might have to say this is the shortest I think I've seen Sebastian Barger's hair. I mean, his
Fro
nickname is Lil Fro with no fro now. It's like
no fro.
It's no fro, no fro.
We may need to go with no fro.
All right, again, this is a championship match. I think Sebastian Barger and JT McDowell are going to have to be double dipped.
Which means what?
Which means they're going to have to be beat twice. So, I don't know. I think that they ran the table pretty solidly to get to this point. So it'll be interesting to see if this is going to be a really good close game or two, or if it's going to be a blowout.
I honestly think this is going to be a little tighter than we've seen so far in center court. And again, a social night and an opportunity for these guys to bring your own partner and raise some money for.
So we got Evan and Jeff.
Police and fire. But Zach Mitchell, glad to have you on board. Shane and Eddie and Rob and Casey, Philip King watching along with us. And glad to have you along. So
I think we're live now. It's feeling like we're live.
I do believe that that is the case. Sebastian a little bit off to the right there with his first bag, and shoulder to shoulder with, I believe that is Evan Bergman, who puts his first two in the hole. All right, so I think we're getting a little bit of advice here from his partner, and being told to come in up and over. He does. Unfortunately, just a little bit off to the left. I think Sebastian may have some of the strongest wrists in all of the ACO for the amount of.
Look at that!
And who we saw not long ago do that a couple of times. Our boy the Beast.
Oh goodness gracious!
Blake Karnick.
Dude,
a couple of really good low bag pushes that were.
I mean, his were probably 3 inches below that. It felt like anyway.
Further down than that. And the first time we saw him do it, it was like there's no way. And then he did it again. The Beast, I do believe, is now sponsored by one of our new bag manufacturers. one of our new partners. If
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not
I
mistaken.
mean, that is an exciting program the ACO has going on this year, coming up this season. I mean, Finn, there's 23 different bag partners
makers,
that have come on board, and
these are the Ruthless guys.
excited to see how we're going to
Cisco and
promote
them.
them. Yep.
Yep. So those guys have jumped on. It was smart. They went Team Karnick, and they were able to pull those guys in and sponsor them, and they're throwing some great bags. Lois, glad to have you on board. Scott Mitchell, let's go 870. Good to see you, bud. Dave Byrne. David Byrne from the Talking Heads. I didn't realize he was such a big cornhole fan. He's on board. Eddie Barnett and Carrie and a handful of others checking in here. Brian Bangert, good to have you on board. Patrick Barger, I've heard of him. All of a sudden, he seems interested in what's going on.
Patrick is in the house, huh?
Yeah, look at that. That thing looked like it was on skates, the way he did that. I mean, really nicely played, and he knows he can clean that up. Hell, he could clean it up if it was 8 inches lower, and he didn't have to bother. Now is he just going to go ahead and clean all of that up, do you think? Just
push through this. That's what I would do.
Open it up, yeah.
I mean, why? What does the airmail do for you here?
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Kinda was his
I don't know why you
worst-
do that.
Own worst enemy right there, and gave that Oh, look at that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Velvet, glad to have you along. Michael.
I mean, not that shot meant anything this early in the game or anything, but I'm not sure why you throw that.
Oh, Pat says he's been driving to Branson.
Oh, Pat's in the car coming?
Yeah. Cam,
Nice.
well, maybe he just got here. Cam says, my boy Sebastian Barger, the GOAT. He's a GOAT. Michael Cruz. How's it going up there, guys? It's all going well.
4-0 in favor of Sebastian JT over Evan and Jeff. Got a lot of cleanup he can do here.
Just got the camper set up, said Patrick. I told you I met Patrick this time last year. He was laying out on the couch in the interior room. I thought he was asleep. I was heading to the men's room, and all I hear was, under his breath,
Now you know.
You know the name Barger now, don't you? Oh, man, we're sorry you guys couldn't be here as well. The Cruz family, always fun to have in the house. But it was a heck of a Cincinnati major.
Oh, yeah, Michael Cruz,
Lane
congratulations
Cruz,
to
yeah.
your son, Lane. I mean, that was one heck of a great victory there in
performance,
Cincinnati.
Surgery today. All right, well, hope all is going well on that front. Wendy wanted to know if anybody's. So we're going to wrap up the quads after this, is what
Yeah, we have
Wendy
one more.
Barger was asking. So that'll be the last one. Look at that. I mean, that's like it looks like one of those zip lines when he throws that bag. It looks like a zip line bag. It's crazy.
All right, it's 8-0 in favor of. Nice bag.
That's a good bag. Just that
Little
tumble
slippery
down.
noodle there.
Yep, it's a nice one there. It's going to post a couple for Evan and Jeff. JT gathers his weaponry and is ready to fire back. So Sebastian uses his bag as his seat. He gives himself a little rest in between frames.
That was a pretty good roll shot there.
Yeah. All right, so JT's going to step out right there on the edge of the pitch pad. He's going to heave ho, and he comes up a little bit strong, upper top right around the 1 o'clock position. So that's going to bring him back to the inside up against the board. And again, I go back to this. 300 people in this room, 300 different ways to get the bag
In the hole.
to the hole. And
No doubt.
And I'll be honest with you, some of it I look at, I'm like, how in the hell are you even getting it there? But it works, and that's what matters in this game. You find a way that works for you. I mean, golf is golf, for instance. You know, hockey is hockey. There are 3 or 4 different really straight up ways to do it. I mean, and that's a lot. Maybe it's 2. You know what I mean? There's a couple of golfers that have a hitch in their giddy up that are still able to get it out there and get it done. But you're never going to see as many different ways to get it done in any sport as you are
Cornhole.
in this building and in this sport. You just aren't.
Nope, I agree.
I have not been able to discover. I cannot. I mean, it's look. You got to control the hole. You got to own the center of the board. If you can do that,
Yeah.
and then work your way around. My problem is the consistency. Is I can't. I'll get a couple. Like I'll throw 4 bags. 2 will be great. 2 will be in another zip code by the time it's all said and done. And it's just that consistent. But that's where the muscle memory. That's the tens of thousands of bags thrown. And we talk about, Sebastian. They built that practice barn out there for him. A couple sets out there. They all gather together, neighbors and friends, and play out there. But he's got an airmail box in there from the whole nation, folks, from our friends, the Piles, Rich and Tracy. So he's out there and is able to practice. But, yeah. Kevin, glad to have you. Timmy, good to see you watching. Suzanne. So Michael Cruz, he didn't make it. Lane came up and dominated in Cincinnati, but Michael had knee surgery. I didn't know that.
Really?
So that was the surgery that he had. So.
Oh, wow. JT just threw a Frank Gears bag.
Oh, yeah?
Off the right side of the board.
And it hit his partner in the face? I missed it. I wasn't looking.
Yeah.
Come on now.
You've seen it before. You've seen it before.
Yeah. What, was it an airmail that he didn't expect? That's the
All
Frank
right,
Gears bag.
five unanswered points by Evan and Jeff. They're making a slow comeback here. Oh, now.
Well, now, are we going to go to the quads final after this?
Yep.
Are we going to go to the quads final after this?
Yep,
Is that
that's
what
the
happens
last-
next?
that's
So
the-
stick around. Now, I will ask you if you would give them a little extra time to go down and back, because I have to do it down and back.
I'm with you, baby.
I think anybody that's listening knows what we're talking about. Oh man, Rick Pollard, good to have you on board. So Bargers, did they get the first airmail box from the Piles? Is that right? Is that their big whole nation?
Was it the first one?
I think that's what Patrick is saying. They got the very first one.
I don't know. I have to talk to Rich. We might have to start numbering those boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Been a couple of them given away, at least a few of them, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd like for them, if you're listening, Rich and Tracy, if you would, I'd like you to give me one, and a year from now, you can give it away again. It will be never touched. I'll put it out there, but it will not have any damage done by a bag actually hitting it. Although I think that might be what I need to do to be able to generate my focus. South Bend Major is where he picked that up. Rich and Tracy, they do a great job with Whole Nation too. They do the mini bag challenge. They have all kinds of schools in session kind of stuff where you get schooled on different ways to get things done, and great player profiles. And also something else, speaking of player profiles, in the new edition of the ACO Taco Express newsletter that comes out bi-weekly.
Yeah.
Sign up for that at AmericanCornhole.com if you haven't. There's great curated matches there on our YouTube channel that you can click straight through. But there's a big feature always about the purple jerseys.
That's what I love, is the little purple jersey feature.
And this most recent one was with Maggie Machine Gun Geiger, and it was great. A little Q&A with her, which is cool. And I saw that the photo that was created for her, I believe Tom Latham created that. That became her new Facebook cover photo, which was cool.
Nice.
So it's good stuff. Josh Lawrence, glad to have you aboard. If you're still on there checking it out, center court here in Branson, Missouri. Or, as those here in Missouri call it, Missouri.
I'm
Or
a little
Mizzou.
sad we're not going to see Machine Gun this year at the World. But I'm excited for her having another baby.
Yep.
I think she's due sometime in June. She's got to be real close.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it's not soon, then there might be a whole litter of them, if you know what I mean. 'Cause she's about 11 months pregnant. But in fact, there was one point where she was playing, and we had an interview with her after she got done, and she told me off air. She goes, well, I'm pregnant, but don't tell anybody. We haven't told everybody. So we didn't tell. And then there was no hiding it. And then, did that go? Yeah, I think 2 seconds later, somebody mentioned it. Yeah, so that went well.
Thanks for tuning in again. My name's Frank
That was
Hughes.
it? That was the end of it?
And
they just
that
finished
is
it off?
the championship of the Bring Your Own Partner.
How about that? Congratulations to JT and Sebastian. They were here warming up on center court. It's almost as if they predicted this victory. So congratulations to them. We're going to wrap up the quads here in just a moment. We'll take a quick break and be back here on the ACO Digital Network. Hang tight.
ACO